Good morning and welcome to Unity of the Hill Country in Kerrville, Texas, online. And if everybody would just mute their computers, or Mandy, if you can do that from where you are, that way we won't have the background interference. So let's just take a moment and close our eyes and get centered in prayer. Together, let's take a deep breath in. Just a little pause at the top and just a gentle, even release of that breath. Just allowing ourselves to become present in this moment, in this time. Fully present. Fully sharing in this moment, fully participating, mind, body, and spirit. We open our hearts in gratitude. We just claim this day, we claim this moment, for the highest and best for everyone concerned. And through our consciousness, our Christ consciousness, we know that we evoke and we claim all good, all the time, for everyone. And so it is. Amen. I'm Beverly Pryor, and I'm the minister here at Unity of the Hill Country, and I'd like to share our opening statement with you. There's only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe. God, the good, the omnipotent. That's also the first of our 5 unity principles. So we have a few announcements to go over. Patsy's still doing her Lost Christianities for I think another 4 or 5 weeks. They'll be finishing up that. It's one of the great courses, and it's an academic review of Bible and Scripture, and really super interesting. So they doubled up. They were doing one 30-minute session and then having a discussion. And so now they're doing double. They're doing 2 30-minute sessions and having a little discussion in between. So our book study that we've been having on Monday nights, The Universe is Calling, Opening to the Divine Through Prayer, concludes tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. If you haven't had a chance to join, all of the sessions have been recorded and they are on our Facebook, on our website and also on our YouTube channel, which if you click a video on our website, it takes you to our YouTube channel. You'll be able to find any past talks that we've been recording. We only started using YouTube for video recording since we've gone virtual. So it'll go back 6 months worth of things that you could look up and watch if you're so inclined. And of course, we mentioned last week, and this is the last week I'm going to mention it because I think everybody's heard this plenty of times, but we do have a few of our Unity of the Hill Country masks in the office thanks to a generous benefactor who ordered some extra ones during our fundraiser. You can wear them this way as a conversation starter, or wear them blank, or decorate this side if you'd like. But they're $15. They're 3-ply cotton, and they're washable and reusable. That's what I really like about them. I'm excited to tell you today we have Denise Rosier back with us for special music. She was here with us back in July. She's She's a beautiful, beautiful person, mind, body, and spirit, and she just sings like an angel. You're really going to love the music that she has for us today. She's a contemporary inspirational artist, and she sings and does so much more than that. But she's done 5 solo albums, that recordings of her music, and you'll be able to hear some of that, a little sampling of it today. She's also a very giving person, writing and performing, and she's been involved with HGTV and House Hunters. I mean, she's just really so talented, and you will be blessed by her music. So let's just take a moment now and join in prayer. Unity was founded on prayer. Many of you know this. And they've been praying at Silent Unity, which is at Unity Village, Missouri, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for over 130 years. And that energy of prayer, that consciousness of prayer is literally just, you just walk into it and you can feel it. If you ever have an opportunity to go, I know a lot of people are taking driving trips right now. So swing by Unity Village if you have a chance, if you happen to be in Missouri. But their hours, they've had to change their hours. They used to be 24 hours a day for taking calls and prayer. But the hours are here on the screen, the numbers here. You can also submit a prayer request online directly to unity.org or through unityhillcountry.org. If we receive them through our website, or if you want to call in and leave one with Mandy to take down, we pray over them here, and then we send them on to Silent Unity where they pray for them, pray over your request for another 30 days so that you get that powerful energy of prayer. But it's just an amazing thing to experience that consciousness of prayer with someone who's praying all day, every day as their job. I mean, I've sat in on and listened, and I've called myself, of course, but I've sat in on and listened to people when they've called in, and you can always tell when that prayer hits them because they've shared what their concern is, and the person is praying, and during that prayer, you hear them audibly go, you just know it's sunk in, that there's a shift that's happened as a result of receiving this powerful prayer. So I encourage you to do that. But if there's something that's on your mind or on your heart right now for yourself or for a friend or family member, just take a moment now and look at the picture on the screen of our prayer box that sits in our activity center and on the chest in the hallway for people to submit prayers. The building's not open to the public right now, so you can't do that unless you mail them in. We'll certainly put them in there, but right now, just take a moment and whatever is on your mind and on your heart, just take a moment and send it in right now. And in that consciousness of prayer, let's take a moment and together take a deep breath in. And slowly release, and we return ourselves, mind, body, and spirit, to that consciousness, that truth, that knowing deep within that all things work together for good. We pray in a fashion that are way sure. Jesus, the Christ, taught us. He said, claim your good. Claim it. So in this moment, whatever the requests are, conscious or unconscious, whatever that need is, whether it's mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, there's no one prayer greater or smaller than the other. And they're all equally important, and they all get the same resounding yes. So in this moment, we claim for each and every request, every desire on someone's heart, we claim that it is done. And we say amen, and so it is. The mission and vision statement of unity of the Hill Country are to live consciously, celebrating the divine potential in all. That's all people, all circumstances, all moments in time. There's always divinity if we're just opening our hearts and our minds to see it. Our daily word reader today is Cecile Caldwell. And let me stop sharing the slides so you can see Cecile. Good morning, Cecile.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. I miss you guys. It's my honor to read the Daily Word today. We get to join millions of Daily Word readers around the world in sharing this message. Okay. The Daily Word for September 27th, 2020. Faith. With faith, nothing is impossible for me. With gratitude, I use my faith to trust in the good that is always present, even when it has not yet manifested. As I pray with faith, I discern the truth that always endures through even the most difficult circumstances. As I concentrate on harmony and love, all thoughts of lack, limitation, and discord simply dissolve. As I speak with faith, I use positive words to express my belief in myself and others as divine beings. As I act with faith, I access deep, lasting strength and fortitude that help me surmount any challenges. Inspired by faith, I move forward with confidence. Nothing is impossible for me. If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. Matthew 17:20. And again, the daily word is faith.
Thank you, Cecile. I appreciate that. Did a great job. And now in preparing for meditation, we'll have more music from Denise. And let's see, I'm getting a communication from Mandy that my voice is warbly, so it's probably my internet. You'll probably get a good song from Denise, and I apologize if mine continues to sound distorted. Denise?
As we get ready to move into meditation, I'm going to share this song with you. One is a song that I wrote, and the other one is a song that you are going to recognize. And so what I want to do is invite you, if you know these words, to sing along, but you're going to know this song a lot differently if you just allow it to fill you and hear Spirit singing these words to you and about you. You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need. You are so beautiful to me. Spirit, in me. Live out in the open, shine from my life like the sun. Give of your goodness, conquer the darkness, Spirit of light and love. Spirit, Spirit in me. Give through me, speak through me, move through me, love through me, oh Spirit, Spirit in me, oh Spirit, Spirit in me. 'Cause you are so beautiful to me.
Thank you, Denise. That was perfect preparation for meditation time. So I guess I'm going to have to just interrupt our regular programming because I'm not sure if you are hearing me well. It looks like there's some issues with my internet. Is it bad enough that I need to shut down and restart, or can you hear the meditation? So somebody might need to unmute and give me their opinion before we continue.
I can hear you.
Is it warbly? Is it disturbing, or?
It's garbly, but it's understandable.
Okay.
I'd say try restarting it real quick.
I think. Okay, just hang on, everybody. I think if I stop and restart, you'll still be in. So just hang on, and I'll be right back.
I guess, Denise, in the meantime, did you want to sing another song?
Sure, I could sing another song.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if Bev is the host, it might take us all with her if she signs off. So,
I guess we'll just go with the flow and see.
all right, we'll just go with the flow. Since we are talking about prayer today, and just kind of, this is a song that I wrote that is just kind of about the love between spirit, the love between God and us. And this is a song called Beloved One. Here I am, use me now. Do your will, speak your word, touch the weak, heal the world. I am love, I am love. All along I have known you're the branch, I'm the tree. There's no want, there's no need intertwined, heart and soul aligned. I know you by name, beloved one. Nothing will ever come between us. You are all I've ever known. You're the lover of my soul, Holy One. How you fill my every thought. Everything in me is you. Everything in me is truth, beloved one. You lift me up and I let go. There is no fear where I stand. Holy ground is where I am. Look at what you've made. Strong and brave, and you call me by name. Beloved one, nothing will ever come between us. You are all I've ever known. You're the lover of my soul, Holy One. How you fill my every thought. Everything in me is you. Everything in me is truth, beloved one. Beloved one, nothing will ever come between us. You are all I've ever known. You're the lover of my soul, Holy One. How you fill my every thought. Everything in me is you. Everything in me is truth, beloved one. Nothing will ever come between us. Everything in me is you. Everything is truth, beloved one. Oh, 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 beloved one.
Thank you, Denise. I am
Thank you.
working on getting us back. I don't know what it sounds like right now.
Much better. Much better.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't resolve this earlier. And now, of course, my dog is getting crazy. Hey, it's an interesting Sunday. Here we are, just playing it by ear, doing what we can do. And I apologize that we did have an AV check earlier, and
It's fine. Everything's going great. You sound great. Again.
everything's going the way it's going. That's the
Yeah, you
truth.
sound great.
Okay, good. At least it sounds better now, and hopefully I'm still trying to reopen. We're live on Facebook, so the Facebook folks get to see this. I don't know what all they're watching because they can see my screen. So I just got to get back to sharing. And so Denise, if you want to just give us a little bit of softness to get rid of the noise of my dog barking in the
Sure.
background, and we will, I will get back to the screen and we'll prepare for meditation. Now that my voice is a little clearer, we've gotten past our technical difficulties and canine disturbances. Let's just take a deep breath together and slowly release that breath. Just allowing ourselves to become present. And in this very moment, bringing our attention to our breath, noticing it rising and falling in the body, maybe in the chest or the belly. And notice as the breath is moving in and out of your nostrils, there's just a slight gap in between the breathing in and the breathing out. Breathing in is energizing, and the breathing out is releasing and relaxing. Allowing your body just to rest and repose. Repose in yourself. Allowing your attention to move deeper and deeper within to the very center of your being, that secret place of the Most High. In the stillness deep within, we feel that connection with all there is, all there has ever been, and all there will ever be. We feel the infinite nature beyond our physical body, that infinite nature, the oneness. We're both an individualized expression of God, and we are one with God. In the stillness, we allow ourselves to feel, to notice as every cell of our body becomes enlivened and energized with this truth of who we are, who we're meant to be in this world. We move into a time of silence. We gently move our attention from the stillness back to this moment and this time, and we bring back with us that awareness, that sense of oneness of our own true nature, which is God, that which we call the Christ within. And so it is. Amen.
Alleluia, 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 alleluia.
Okay, I don't know if you could hear that song at the end. I muted it so that I could go deal with. It's an interesting day today. So it's really, it's such perfection every single time because I'm living my prayers right now. I'm having to live from that consciousness, even though I'm feeling frustrated and embarrassed and feeling like, I mean, I know you love me and I know that you're having empathy for me right now and you're not judging that everything's kind of going a little bit, haywire, I guess is the way to say it. I don't know. But at least I think you can hear me better now. And that's good. And there was a little indication earlier, we did an AV check at 10:30. Denise sounded great. I should have, as Denise did, she reset her computer and her microphone, and I should have done the same thing at the slightest little warble, but usually I don't have challenges like that. But now my router's reset and my computer's been rebooted, and here we are. So for the month of September, we've been talking about prayer. And we've been talking about the book that we're studying on Monday. I've been using that for a lot of the reference material. Eric Butterworth's The Universe is Calling. And so today we're talking about live your prayers. And so this is the book that we've been talking about. Eric Butterworth was a long-time Unity minister and definitely lived truth in everything and wrote so many books that when you read his books, you feel what he's saying. He has such an accessible way of explaining what the relationship of human being to the divine is. And when he says opening to the divine through prayer, he means it. He's explaining why we are so much more than simply this human experience. And part of getting in touch and really integrating that into our human experience is living your prayers. So he describes this very succinct prayer process. He says, relax and release. We do that every time we open in prayer or meditation. Go within and then affirm from that place. So when you relax and you release all of the circumstances and all of the distractions of the day, you're allowing your mind and your body and your spirit to drop within to where that connection, that oneness is an absolute truth. There's no doubt. Often when we're looking around at the appearance of things, we have lots of doubts about oneness. The political environment is so polarized right now, it doesn't appear on the surface to be oneness, but in fact it is. But when we go within, we can find that place within ourselves where we are infinite, where we know that this human experience is just this little limited part of who we are. And we can look at everything from a broader perspective, and we can affirm, regardless of whether or not we can see something other than what might be bothering us, that we know it's true. We know that there's greater good always at work. And, you know, whenever we're feeling bothered, that is an indicator that we're looking at a circumstance and we're judging it. And that judgment is bringing us out of alignment with our truth. When you're in alignment, and for those of you who pray and meditate on a regular basis, you know how that is. You come into alignment. There is no judgment from that consciousness, that Christ consciousness that we all have alive in us. And then we have free will as to how much we choose to live from it. In The Universe is Calling, he says, the universe is calling us to awaken to oneness. Awaken to oneness. And that's awaken to the oneness we have with that which we call God. The Tao Te Ching calls it's nature, but the Tao says once you name it, it's no longer. That which you can speak of as the Tao is no longer the Tao, because it's an experience. It's something to live from. But when you have that experience of oneness, it may be a momentary thing in a meditation or a workshop or something you read that just sinks in. But then again, you can take that away from yourself by making choices that aren't in alignment with that understanding of oneness. But you don't have to go to church or any sacred place to get closer to God. I love this picture of the little country church. You don't have to go to a building, and I appreciate that right now, because we can't. We just can't. It's not a good idea. And every month, the board and I revisit it, and we talk about it, and we look at what's the practical next best step forward. And right now, it's not necessarily to open the building and come together. As we continue to look at the situation, as soon as we can, we want to be able to come together. But coming together online gives us an opportunity to connect and to know our oneness without that physical connection. And we don't have to even be able to see one another. It's nice that we have Zoom. But even if we all just agreed, as the meditation group has been doing, the meditation group, Center of Calm, that had been meeting on Thursday mornings, decided that they're going to meditate together separately in their own homes rather than come together. But they've committed to that time where they meditate at the same time together, knowing that they're consciously in connection. They're choosing that oneness, that experience. That's how there's no place to be closer to God, because you can't be closer or further away from God. God is substance. God is absolute. God is everywhere present. So you can't move away from the presence of God. You can move your awareness away from it. You move your focus to something other than what you know is God. And many of you, I think, have been to Vatican City. And of course, it's ornate and it's beautiful and it's awe-inspiring. And a lot of European churches and the older churches in the US are very awe-inspiring. You go in and the ceilings are huge and you just sit there. I was in a cathedral in Assisi, Italy once, and I think it was Mary's Cathedral. And I just sat there and I could just feel the love of Mary in that place. But I didn't have to be in that building. This is our sweet building. Of course, you know, it doesn't look quite like that right now because this was before all the plants grew up. You can't really see that little courtyard. But we don't have to be there together to be together in consciousness. Here's our welcome center. I'm just giving you these pictures as a little reminder, because we do want to be back together physically, and we want to be in our building, and this welcome center is so beautifully designed, and the space is filled with such love that you have placed there, that you've created that vibration of love. So much so that when people come, they often say, it feels like home. And I love that. Unity of the Hill Country feels like home. But Eric Butterworth goes on to say, there's no place in the world where you can get any closer to God than right where you are, right where you're sitting with whomever happens to be around you. Even if you had to lock them in the other room, like I had to do with Carly. There's no place that you're closer to God. You can't get away from God, and you can't get closer to God, because that God presence, that omnipresence, is present within you. And it's yours to connect in with anytime you want to. We just have to take dominion over our thoughts, over what we do with our time. That's why living prayer is important, because it gives us that choice. I'm making every moment sacred. I'm making every conversation sacred. Prayer requires no special training, no specific methodology, no essential words. The important thing is not the posture you strike or the words you speak, but the intention in your heart. And I pulled this from a free book that you can get. I put the phone number here for the Unity online store. Unity World Headquarters has published this ebook, The Gift of Prayer. And it really, if you're not up for reading the entire Eric Butterworth book, or all the other ones that Unity has published, this is a nice little synopsis of Unity's perspective on prayer and a deeper understanding of what prayer is and why it's the cornerstone. It's literally the foundation of Unity. Further in The Gift of Prayer, she says, they say, I'm not sure, it's a collective writing. It's not one author. Whether we sing, plead, praise, write, rejoice, give thanks. And I added dance, chant. I would also add drum, whisper in our souls, or shout it to the rooftops. We are connecting with God. And I put the expression of God we are, because I don't want you to think of when we say we're connecting with God, that we're connecting, again, we've been talking about this all month long, we're not connecting with something outside of ourselves. We're connecting with that truth that's alive within us all, that which Jesus exhibited as the Christ, and the Christ nature is alive in all of us. But she says, they say, when we're doing this, however we do it, singing, dancing, drumming, praying in groups, shouting, chanting, creating art, however it is that you get into the flow and you're connecting with God, that flow, that creative source of the universe, we're changed. Because you've made that conscious connection, you evolve. You can't not evolve. The more consciously you connect, more consistently, the more you commit to being in that awareness of the connection that you have with the absolute, the substance of the universe, that which creates everything, the more your life literally becomes a prayer. In 1 Thessalonians 5:16-22, I think a lot of people have found this verse overwhelming, but in this context of living prayers, think of it this way. It says, rejoice always, pray without ceasing. That's where I think people go, whoa, what pray without? I can't just sit around all day and pray and meditate. But if you make everything in your life a sacred act, a sacred word, a sacred moment, you are praying without ceasing. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances. For this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. The will of God, that knowing that Jesus expressed as his Christ nature, that knowing wants to express through you as well. It says, do not quench the Spirit. Do not despise the words of prophets, but test everything. Try it all out. Try sanctifying your time. Try blessing your food. Try dancing from a sacred standpoint. You don't have to know a sacred dance. You can just make that time a sacred time for that Spirit to move through you. But test everything and hold fast to what is good and abstain from every form of evil. And this is not evil as in the judgment of good and evil. It's what doesn't jive with you, right? What is not in harmony with your divine nature, then abstain from it. Don't do the things that take you away from that connection. Do the things, hold fast to what is good. Hold fast and repeat those things that you find that take you to a greater awareness of that connection. So back to this simple process that he shared. Relax, which is release everything that's other than this moment. Go within to that still small, that still quietness, and that where you can hear that still small voice. And then from that place, affirm what you know to be true. Affirm that you're an expression of God. Affirm that there's only good in every situation. Affirm that regardless of the circumstances, you know that there's good and you're willing to see it. Whatever that is, whether it's a person's behavior, whether it's the political system, whether it's your food you got in a restaurant, whatever it is, make that choice to come from that perspective. So your weekly practice this week is to live prayer. Live your life as a prayer. Even if you just choose to do it, if that doesn't sound like, oh, I'm not really that person, and you rolling your eyes at home right now, just for a few days. Start with one day and then add a second day and another day. But begin by rejoicing. Just rejoice sounds like one of those words you read in the Bible, but you don't know what it means, or you don't actually practice it. But you do. I mean, when you're grateful, when you're in awe, when you're appreciating things, you can rejoice in every moment. You can be grateful for anything. Give thanks always. Find something in every situation to give thanks for. Dance and sing. Let yourself just come out with it. Sing a silly song. It doesn't even have to be. You don't have to be an opera singer. I've always felt self-conscious about my singing. And the more I'm just comfortable with myself, the more I'm comfortable with just singing and letting it come out. Now, don't ask me to sing because I might not. But in this spirit of letting that energy, that life force, that prana, that chi, that truth of the divine that lives within you, express as you, affirm life, affirm love, affirm peace and joy. But make it conscious. Choose it. Thank you. Namaste. I love you. So we're back to more music by Denise, who is my favorite person in the world now, because she has just managed to keep us together today. Thank you, Denise.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. This has been wonderful to be with you guys this morning. And I'm going to leave you with a couple of songs as we get ready to go out into our week. And just in that joy of moving forward into living our prayer and, just spirit expressing through us. This first song is a song that I wrote that is about prayer and about getting centered and being in that moment. Blessings abound in this moment. silent and open, listening. Spirit, I feel a blessed unfoldment, breathing new life in me. In this moment, truth and clarity find their way to me. In this moment, I'm where I should be, safe in the arms of love. Blessings abound in this moment, silent and open, listening. Spirit, I feel a blessed unfoldment, breathing new life in me. In this moment, truth and clarity find their way to me. In this moment, I'm where I should be, safe in the arms of love. I'll trust myself, I'll seize this day. I know my heart will lead the way. I'll trust myself, I'll seize this day. I know my heart will lead the way. I'll trust myself, I'll seize this day. I know my heart will lead the way. In this moment, truth and clarity find their way to me. In this moment, I'm where I should be, safe in the arms of love. In this moment, in this moment, in this moment. Spirit is our source, our strength. We honor it with each breath we take. One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love, in the name of love. You build the bridges, I'll tear down the walls. We'll make a world that works for all. One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love, in the name of love. In the name of love, there is the truth behind the life we live. Nothing hides the light we shine when we're standing side by side. One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love, every face is a face of love. Every voice is the voice of love. Every name is the name of love. We all come from a place of love. Every face is a face of love. Every voice is the voice of love. Every name is the name of love. We all come from a place of love. Every face, the face of love. Every voice, the voice of love. Every name, the name of love. One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love. In the name of love. All right, you guys, I know you probably heard me, you probably can't see me because I think my battery just ran out of my camera, but I have loved being with you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful Sunday. I look forward to seeing you guys again soon.
Thank you, Denise. You were wonderful. We really appreciate you so much. That was awesome. And if you guys want to learn anything more about Denise or buy some of her music, this is her website. So she has great original music and she's just amazing. So thank you so much, Denise. So this is our time that we just want to acknowledge all of you who've continued to send in your tithes and offerings. And we really appreciate that you're giving online and you're mailing in checks. And, you know, we're keeping it together so that we can come back together when all of this is settled and done and dusted. So our offertory prayer to bless all those offerings is divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I send it forth with my blessings and my love. And we just close with our prayer protection by James Dillett Freeman. And you can say this together with me if you'd like. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. Because there's only oneness. So we'll see you next week. And we're going to have our community greeting time now. And let's see. So we've got gallery view on and everybody can see.
Yep.
Screen
Denise
sharing
was
is off,
amazing,
okay?
Denise.
Hi, Danny. Hug.
Hello.
Hi, Hetty. Hi.
Hi, everybody.
I love you guys.
I love you. Hi, Mr. Porter.
Hi, there's Jenny.
Hi. Just
You did a great job, Beverly.
yes. Thank you, Beverly.
Thank you. All the
Yes.
diversity is still great. Worked out great.
Everything came out fine.
Yeah.
You know, I never know what exactly what's behind all the topic, but you know, I always get something good to work with, right? Live that prayer just to keep affirming.
Just keep going.
That's
Yeah.
right. Just keep
One foot
smiling.
in front
and
of the
dancing.
other.
And luckily, Denise jumped in there and just kept us entertained with a little music. So, how is everybody? Hi, Sue.
Super.
Jack, Mark and Gayleen, Danny, Cecile, thank you for reading the Daily Word today.
My
Hi,
pleasure.
Hetty. And I see that Carolyn Bailey's here. Where's Jay?
He's at the kitchen table. feeding the kids.
And we have Judy and Jerry and George who are not showing. They may just be on a phone line, but thank you for joining. We're so glad to know that you're out
I gotta
there.
hop off. I love y'all.
Hi,
Love
sweetie.
you.
Anybody
Enjoyed
have
the
anything they want to
service.
share?
It was good to see you all.
Yes, everything went very well this morning.
Yes, it did. Yes. very much. Very
It
much.
went as well as it can, and I do see Mark's note here to try rebooting before every Sunday session. Yes, we live and we learn. So if you've noticed, the various little glitches we've had along the way, they've not repeated very many times because we learn something and then we start taking measures to correct for that. So yeah, now we know, even though we do our little AV check, rebooting is a good idea, and maybe even the router. I think 18, well, I'm not on 18 spectrum. Anyway, who wants to share? Somebody have something fun to share?
Oh,
Nothing? All
just
right.
enjoy the beautiful weather.
Yes.
It's gorgeous outside, so at least get out and enjoy a little bit of the weather today while
Yes.
it's sunny and comfortable. All right, well, we will talk to you soon. Namaste. I love you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Next week.
Next week.